Right, we're jumping straight back into the transurfing sequence. Today is day 4, Birth of a Star. And reading through this one, it really feels like this is the moment the gloves come off.
It really does. I mean, up until now, a lot of the principles have been about observing reality.
Right, about noticing things.
Exactly. But day 4 is where the text basically tells you to start hacking reality. It just completely flips the script on what we're taught success is supposed to look like.
Yeah, we're all conditioned to think success is about climbing the ladder. You know, just follow the rules a little bit better than the person next to you. But this section argues that that whole path is actually a trap. It's designed to keep you, well, average.
And it all comes back to that core concept of pendulums. Just to recenter on that for a second, but we're talking about those energy structures.
Formed by collective thought, like
Yeah.
corporations, social trends.
Exactly, and they feed on our energy.
And they need us to stay in formation. The text uses some really aggressive imagery here. It says society tries to convince us we're far from perfect.
Right.
Not because it's true, but because if we actually realized our own potential, the pendulum would, what, starve?
It would starve. It's a survival mechanism for the pendulum. I mean, think about it. If every single person in a crowd suddenly became a free personality.
And just started doing their own thing?
Yeah, doing their own jazz solo instead of marching in time, the whole structure just collapses. The pendulum dissolves.
So it creates these models for imitation. That was like a key insight for me. The idols, the success stories, were always shown. They aren't really there to inspire us. They're there to herd us, to get us all into one single lane.
It's a total decoy. See, the pendulum doesn't deny that success is possible. It just hides the fact that your version of success looks nothing like anyone else's.
It wants you chasing their goal.
So it can feed on your effort.
Okay, but here's the paradox that I really had to wrap my head around. The text explicitly tells us break the formation to succeed.
Yeah.
But we just said pendulums hate individuality. So if I step out of line, shouldn't the whole system just try to crush me?
You would think so, right. But this is what it calls the birth of a star phenomenon. It's almost like a glitch in the matrix.
A glitch.
When someone breaks the rules, not just to be a rebel, but to actually create a new standard, the pendulum does this really weird thing.
Because it needs energy more than anything else.
Precisely. The pendulum is pragmatic. It sees this rising star, this person who's now generating massive amounts of attention and energy, and it just switches sides.
It follows the energy.
It realizes, okay, the crowd is looking at this person now, so instead of crushing you, it makes you its new favorite.
That is so cynical.
Yeah.
But it's also incredibly empowering.
Yeah. You ignore the pendulum, you do your own thing, and suddenly the pendulum starts working for you.
The outlier becomes the new rule maker.
And the whole crowd, the whole formation literally turns around and starts following the new star. The pendulum is perfectly happy to feed on that new formation.
So practically speaking then, the text says you can't achieve anything real until you understand the game.
Right. The advice is blunt. It says stop playing a game where the rules are set by other people.
You have to initiate your own game.
Your own game.
Which, I mean, that sounds great on a bumper sticker, but let's be real for a second. That's terrifying. To give yourself permission to just ignore social standards, that's some heavy lifting.
And that is exactly why the text introduces this idea of the privilege. This is like the key takeaway for day 4. We're always waiting.
Waiting for permission from a boss. From society.
For someone to say, okay, you're good enough now, go do your thing.
But the mail never comes, does it?
Never. The source says this privilege to be yourself is the one thing you have to just take for yourself. No one can give it to you. You have to grant it.
So that's the shift. It's not, I hope I succeed. It's, I am choosing to play a different game entirely.
And that is the difference between a dreamer and a star, at least in this context. A dreamer waits for the path to open up. A star realizes the path is just created by their footsteps.
That's a really solid place to land. It's a reminder that the people we idolize are usually just the ones who stop marching in time first.
Exactly. So for everyone listening, I guess the question to walk away with is this. If you feel stuck in the formation right now, just marching along, are you still waiting for someone to sign your permission slip? Or are you ready to just grant yourself the privilege?